Okay, we are ready to go with 3A and 3B. Lawrence, our fearless leader, take it
Hey, all righty. We're going to start off with Miss Lori's 3A. I thought everything was fantastic. One thing I did notice was, and just to keep it brief, one thing I did notice was I thought you did a great job of analyzing the purpose behind the assessment. And I did make one note that in order to satisfy, what the professor is probably going to ask you for, you may need to develop the commitment to excellence survey. I think if you ride that one out and kind of put that one in there, I think that'll satisfy what they're looking for 3A instead of focusing solely on the TWC. And maybe take a look at the analysis section to ensure that the professors are seeing your thinking process. Because I'm pretty sure they probably are going to say something about that if you don't probably address that one. But outside of that, I thought your 3A was great. Just add a few more of those components. I know this was just a rough draft, so I'm sure you're gonna tighten it up just like we all will, of course. But that's pretty much it. Just to have a brief overview of 3A. Just those few components in there. Just focus on the. I would make a suggestion just to develop that. Or add that in there to your 3A, that commitment to excellence, and kind of do some things with that. Or yeah. Okay. All right. Outside of that, fantastic job.
Hey!
Woo! All right, Miss Tammy, your 3A. Give me 1 second for whatever reason I have your 3D pulled up here. I apologize. But I remember your 3A off the top of my head. Your 3A, Tammy, was fantastic. Definitely gave me a lot of things to take a look at moving forward, especially with your graphic piece. I thought everything was great. The graphics really tell the story. I mean, you administered all the assessments. Everything looked great. You addressed all the issues. I thought your graphs were just phenomenal. Everything else looked great. If we were to have an example of how 3A should look, I believe your 3A would be what it should look like. I mean, I really. There wasn't anything in there that was missing according to the rubric. Everything was spot on. So
Thank you. I got the bibliography. Did you notice that?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So yeah, like I said, it was great. That's pretty much it. I know we're gonna be time conscious tonight.
Thank you, Lawrence. Appreciate that.
Overspeed. Absolutely. So I guess we're gonna move on with who's up next for their 3A. I got rid of all my 3As. That'd be Ms. Lauren, you up?
Okay. Lawrence, I had yours. Your 3A looked really good. I was really impressed. You gave a good description of your school and your background. The big thing that I would suggest that you add, because you really broke down the rubric well with the purpose of the needs assessment and your results and your goals, is just maybe reference some text from like classroom readings or some of those videos. That was the biggest thing that I could see that you could just add to your, as you're talking about the needs assessment, reference some Ubin or one of the videos. There were just a few grammatical errors. I think that if you go back and reread, you'll catch them. I don't think spell check caught quite everything. in the papers. But again, you did a very good job at breaking down the rubric, I thought. The descriptors, one thing I would say about the descriptors, because I think I learned my lesson the hard way, as far as putting the descriptors within your narrative, you put it at the end of your paper, which is what we're supposed to do. But I did, my internship supervisor suggested that you also make reference within your paper. That way it's easier for the reader to know, when you're addressing that descriptor. So, but overall, Lawrence, I thought you did really, really good. Add your bibliography too. So when you do cite text, you'll have something for your bibliography. Overall, very good job at breaking down the rubric. I thought you did good on your 3A.
Thank you.
Michael, I had yours as well. Let me get yours pulled up. You started off, you had a good start on your paper. Your mechanics and how you organized it was a very good start. Sort of the same thing, just add a few more references to text within your narrative. You gave some background description. The biggest thing for this one, I believe, I'm looking at my rubric. Hang on. The participants, you told who your participants were, but you might want to add maybe some input of what they said.
Okay.
I like how you put your data and stuff in a chart and broke down the results that way. You may want to address the strongest and the weakest components of the data. You have your data, some of your data is addressed, but you may want to be more specific in the strongest area and the weakest area. And like you said, I mean, your weak areas really weren't weak. Choose the weaker of the ones that you have and address those. Your long-term goals need to be addressed, and you know that. You addressed your short-term goals, but you just add your long-term goals to it. I do think once you make references to those long-term goals, add your descriptors in your text as well, you will have completed all the parts of the rubric. I thought you started off well. You just need to finish up with your long-term goals.
Yeah.
Your narrative. So good start.
Okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm. Next.
Woo! Miss Tammy, you up?
Okay.
All right. I had you, Lawrence, and I'm going to tell you, I was very, very, very impressed with your 3A. I love the charts. I especially liked, as I told you earlier, where you went on to the North Carolina Department of Instruction and got the Family and Communications, their rubric, and then you used that for your school. I really like that. I wish I had thought of that. I would have done that. I really would have. At the beginning, I think that, like Lori said, just a few more references from Ubin or someone like that, just a couple of more. But your other external sources, your surveys and your team members and everything, the talking with them and discussing it, that was number one. That was an excellent job.
Thank you.
I'll tell you, everything else I thought was great. You got all fours. You got to add that bibliography, son. Got to add that bibliography. That's about it. I mean, I've got the same thing Lori had. More background, I know, was one other thing. Your background description. Go back in your county demographics. Like, what is the makeup of the county and what is the medium income and things like that? Put that in there. But when you did the other about your school, but you didn't talk about the county. That was the only other thing. But everything else was absolutely fantastic. I really enjoyed reading it. Loved subheadings. Michael,
Thank you.
3A, I'm gonna tell you, you started out great, just like, Lori, didn't you have a note? Lawrence, you had Michael, didn't you?
No, Lori did.
Lori did.
Lori,
I did.
Lori did. Yeah.
just like what Lori said, I think you got a great start. Just some more references from Ubin or some, about what is a needs assessment and why do you need one? What's the purpose of it? If say someone didn't even know what a needs assessment was, what it was to read the paper,
Mm-hmm.
so they will understand. Okay, why do we need to do all of this? We know what the problem is, but you've got to back it up with data nowadays.
Okay.
Your background about your school was absolutely excellent. Your graphs and your survey that you used, I thought that was great also. And like Lori said, put some more information in there about what you and the team members did as a group.
Okay.
Anything that they said, or just, one member agreed and it was the consensus of the group, something like that.
Okay.
It showed that you did have a meeting and you all decided as a team to do this.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, I really enjoyed reading. I can't wait to read the rest of it.
Okay.
Yeah, you worked hard on it.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
All right, Michael, you up?
Okay. I got Tammy, 1A. It took me forever to finish reading it, and I took my time to look for mistakes. The only thing I can say that I can pick on is that your graph is a little bit small. For me, it's hard for me to see that. I don't know if you make them bigger or not. I'm just saying it's kind of small. That's all. Otherwise, everything looks good. I mean, I can't see anything in there that I would have to that I would change. So
I didn't want the paper to be 50 pages long. I was trying to reduce it.
yeah. Okay, so 1A is perfect. If you can make the chart a little bigger, that's fine. If you can't, that's no big deal. It's perfect. It's good.
Thank you, Michael.
Yeah, for Lawrence, yeah, I agree with Tammy. I feel like we made big improvements since our first paper. So there's very little thing I found in there that I could criticize on. There's one part though that I thought I want to comment. I think it was your where is it? You had a chart of your results. I thought, yeah, here you go. The successful things that your school did and things that were not successful. I thought that was good putting in a chart like that, put in a table form. I thought that was very good. Otherwise, like Lori said, you can have some more reference in there. Like I put a couple, but I need more. I feel like you can use some more too. And otherwise, I think it's great. Great. That's it.
Woo! All right. I think you got one more, Michael?
I got Tammy. Who's next?
Was that it? Okay.
That's it. Yep, I'm done.
3B? Okay. That leaves me. I'm up.
I will report B.
All right. All right. 3B for Miss Lori. Okay. All right. I have 3B. Everything looks to be aligned properly with your organization, and you obviously have a survey. You analyzed it. Just possibly may want to add a formative evaluation of the survey. The formative evaluation part, which is the fourth part of the rubric for the last part. I'm missing my words here, sorry. But yeah, just the formative evaluation part. And let's see, these two. Okay, here we go. Yeah, your recommendations for your areas of weakness. Now I know you're gonna address all that. I'm just stating what you already know. So yeah, just the recommendations for your areas of weakness. To add that on the end, I think that'll put the icing on the cake for this awesome 3B that you did. And everything else looked fantastic. And I just have as a rounding thought, just to sum everything up, that I think if you just discuss your process a little bit more and add your address your weaknesses, address them, then I think everything will be actually perfect. But great job. Great job. Tammy, moving on to you for your 3B. I have that your synthesis and having all your references and all that stuff, everything obviously is great. There are many references, and all of them are aligned to the Blueprint components. Excellent. Your organization's laid out perfectly. You selected also the TWCs, which worked great. I like your comparison with 2012 and 2014. I thought that was spot on. You obviously laid out recommendations to address the issues, and you submitted analysis on top of your recommendations, which was great. We can see your thinking and analysis. Obviously, we could tell that you presented what you had to leadership, and I want to be moving forward with your changes and whatnot. Everything else looked good. References, obviously perfect. You have a bibliography, awesome. I just felt that your 3B was laid out precisely. We can see your thinking, your narrative, everything was spot on, completely aligned with the rubric. I thought it was wonderful.
Well, let me ask you something.
Yes.
Down there at the bottom, was I too hard or too I don't know how to put it on because I really, when it talked about administrative leadership, it wasn't too ugly sounding, was it?
No, I didn't think so. I thought you laid it out pretty good.
Maybe blunt, maybe too blunt. It could have been.
But I think if you're going to be blunt, I think this would be the place to do it. I mean, I didn't see anything wrong with it.
Okay.
I thought you laid it out very well.
Okay.
I mean, you just talked about what an effective school should look like.
Okay.
Positive school climate. I mean, these are the type of discussions that we should have, or more people will be leaving these schools. These are the same type of conversations that I need to be having with my staff. And that, the surveys pointed out, I mean, it's what it is. Like, our teachers are leaving. If we don't start addressing these issues, it's going to be more teachers. And we're going to get more new teachers straight off of lateral entry, straight out of college, that they're not prepared to handle what, we're doing, especially at my school. We got to talk about these things. I love my principal. I don't want to lose him. But at the same time, we're losing people. We have to address it somehow. So, I mean, I feel I commend you, for your comments and the way you're addressing your situation.
Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely. Ms. Lori.
Okay. So Lawrence, I'll start with your 3B. Again, good start on your paper. I was proud of you and how hard you worked on it. I could tell you worked really hard on it. Again, just reference that text, and once you reference text, you'll have a bibliography in place. So one leads to the other. Include your descriptors, but you really did a very good job as far as like describing who was part of your survey. It was evident that you and your principal had a plan in place, and you bulleted everything and addressed your strengths and weaknesses. The only thing that I would mention adding in the organizational analysis section at the very beginning, is you may want to refer to the teacher working conditions survey somewhere in that section. Just kind of make reference to that. But overall, you gave some good background and description with that and how your school implements certain programs. But again, just add your descriptors and cite some text, and I think you'll be good to go on that one. Let's see. Michael, your 3B, again, you had a very good start, I think, with your 3B. Just reference some text again, like I told Lawrence to do as well. You might want to talk about assessment and leadership, and I know Ubin's got some good things regarding assessment and leadership in there if you just want to look at that one. I like how you put your data snapshot in there. You had some good graphics in there. You talked about your participants as well. I think what you need to do in this section really is be specific in the strengths and weaknesses. And again, just like I said with the 3A, I know you don't have, like, according to the data, your weaknesses really aren't weak, but I don't know if you just want to bullet them or something, but you do need to list them instead of referencing the 3A. Your recommendations, that section right there, you just may want to be more specific in the strategy that you and your school or you and your PLC want to do, like any programs or anything like that you want to, or strategy to do to improve the communication between your faculty and the leadership. Sounds like you've got some good stuff going on at your school. You've got a big school too, don't you?
Yeah, the biggest in Wilson.
It's big. Yeah, I noticed that was kind of surprising. But it's evident that you understand the component. But once you add in a few extra details, I think you'll have everything in place. Let's see. Oh, one thing, and it's just totally minor, but it's my OCD kicking in. The very first part where it's talking about your data snapshot and your strengths and weaknesses, it's in bold print. The only thing you might want to put in bold.
No, I tried to take it off, but I ended up taking everything off. So I make it bold. Everything else become bold.
Let's not take everything off, but
No. I got to learn how to work that thing.
that's okay. If you could just make the headings bold, that's, like I said, that's my OCD kicking in. It'd be easier to read. Just include your descriptors within the text. Just like I said, I learned that the hard way. Put them in the text. And you had a bibliography. I was very proud of you, Michael. You had your bibliography.
I still got more to put in there. I just
you referenced something though. It was
I do. Yeah.
I was proud of you too.
Way to go, Michael.
Good.
Coming slowly.
All right, next.
Michael, I'm going to start with you, so you'll have both of them back to back. But I agree with Lori. I think you did an excellent job. Your graphs and your charts, I can read them very well. They are the right size. Wonderful job. I did want to say, I'll say more references. You know, once you take and go back and tweak it some, just more references. What is the teacher working conditions survey? Go back and reference Ubin and somebody like that. I made little notes as I went in here. I didn't see any. Your sentence structure was very good. I think I saw two things which are negligible. The way that you referenced all of your working conditions survey and was good. And like Lori said, your background of the organizational setting instead of C3A, copy and paste it onto this one. That's really all you have to do. And then I think she said something about the participants. You listed them, but put in there why you listed. Why are they your team members? Okay. What do they bring to your team that will help you?
Okay.
And then I think she said something about when you did the detailed descriptions, how you collected it. I thought that was great. But put more in there about the meeting itself, what was discussed, what did y'all agree on? What did you decide to table or didn't want to do at all? Just put more information concerning the team meeting itself. But other than that, I thought it was very well put together.
I have the minutes for the meeting. I just didn't have time to put it in.
I
Yeah.
figured you did.
Yeah.
So, he might tell you to go back and put some of it in there,
Mhm.
or he might just tell you just to post the minutes, in your
Evidence.
narrative itself or something like that. But, either way, as long as you add it, it shows the collaboration. It goes back to one of the descriptors,
Mhm.
and it shows how you collaborate and y'all work together is basically what it was.
Okay.
Lawrence, once again, I am so impressed. The only two things is just like 3A, your graphs, your charts, they were excellent. Using the teaching working conditions survey was the way to go. I like the way you bulleted and you put in there to consider for improvement within your school. You listed, I think it was 4 or 5 of them, if not mistaken. No, it was more than 4 or 5. It was about 8 of them.
Yep.
So yeah, I enjoyed that. But anyway, overall, and Michael, same thing. The add some more references. Not Michael, sorry, Lawrence. I'm going to Lawrence now. Lawrence, yours was excellent too. Just add some more references at the beginning. What is the teacher working conditions survey, and then at the end, the bibliography, Lawrence, the bibliography, son.
Bibli.
Gotta have that bibliography, okay?
That bib. I'm telling you.
Yeah, Michael had his bibliography this time. Now we got to work on
Michael!
you.
Woo!
You gotta have the bibliography. Michael got it. Now it's your turn next time.
Yes, ma'am.
But no, I really like the way you did it. You included your team members and their discussion and what you guys discussed during the team and what you plan to implement. I just, I think it was very, very well put together, and I think it's ready to be submitted for comment. So just go and bypass Dr. Neal. Just go on and submit it.
Let's go.
Okay.
Woo!
All right. I got Tammy's B, part B, 3B. Again, the only thing I have to nitpick, and that's just the graph. It's hard for me to see the numbers. You have everything is marked right. I mean, you got great headings. You got descriptors. Your conclusions are good. I love your comparison between 212 and 214. I like that, and I'm putting that on mine too, because all I got is 214. I like the comparison there.
Yeah, we got 10 minutes. Really, when you're comparing statewide, it doesn't give you a good comparison of your school.
Right.
It's sort of like you need to compare a student from 3rd to 5th grade and not just your 5th grade from year to year.
Yeah.
To me, comparing the school from year to year is better than comparing the school with other schools, because we're not other schools.
Yeah. I saw a decline in mine too, but I didn't mention like the way you got it there. So I'm going to put that on mine too. Let's see what else. That's it. That's the only thing I saw that, your bibliography's there. Everything's in order. Everything looks good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Just like 1A, 1B, 1C, everything looks good. Okay, Lawrence. I like your graphs. It's good. The numbers I can see. And then your let's see, your what's it called? Your suggestion, I guess, for leadership improvement team. Yeah, you had 8 of them. I thought that was a lot, but that's okay. It's great. Everything's there. And I saw your descriptors on the bottom. That's great. But again, I didn't see any bibliography page. Otherwise, everything looks good.
Gotta get some bibliography stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw it in there.
Yeah. I mean, I just put out 2 just so I can have.
Right.
So the ladies don't say anything.
I'm gonna throw some Ubin up in there.
Make them happy. Yeah. That's it. I mean, I can tell, you and I, we come a long way.
Yes, sir.
Ladies, they're still maintaining the high, quality work, but we'll get there.
We'll get there.
Well, I really from through the first one to this one, I mean, it's like 150% improvement in everybody's.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, I think once we got the first one down pat, I think that we now know what we need to do. And, sometimes we have enough time and sometimes we don't. We just got to throw something together. But we know we're not going to get it in the portfolio until we get it perfect. But, this is just a rough draft, as they said.
Yeah.
So it's just a work in progress is what we call it, a work in progress.
Yep.
I'm just
All
gonna
right, well,
do
that
a little bit
concludes
every
our
day.
meeting. Oh, Fearless Leader, does that include the recording part? Can I start recording now?
Absolutely. Great job, guys.